Hello and welcome to News9. I'm Shubhayan Chakravarti, joined by Nikhil Narayan to discuss the first qualifier in IPL 2022 between Gujarat Titans and Rajasthan Royals. So the latest coming in from the Eden Gardens in Kolkata is that Gujarat Titans Hardik Pandya have won the toss and have opted to bowl first. Nikhil, a straightforward decision for Hardik Pandya given their chasing record in this tournament?
Absolutely. 7 matches they chased, they won 6, so not surprised by Hardik Pandya's call. Also, Royals will be happy also because they have a better record batting first.
True.
So, both the teams playing to their strengths after the toss. It could be a rain-interrupted match, so Hardik Pandya would have also considered that. But all in all, both the teams will be playing to their strengths and therefore, a good toss to win for Hardik Pandya.
Absolutely, and the surprising change in that Gujarat Titans lineup is that no Lockie Ferguson. They have gone with they have played Alzari Joseph for Lockie Ferguson. A surprising decision.
Little surprising, although I would say Lockie wasn't at his devastating best like he was in the UAE like last season. But he's still a bowler to be reckoned, but he was not at his best. Maybe they just wanted to surprise the opposition with Alzari Joseph. So let's see. Little surprising. But Azari Joseph, has the pace, still has the best IPL figures in history.
Yeah, and whether he replicates that or not, it remains to be seen. But yes, the conditions there are favorable for pacers. It's a fresh pitch at the Eden Gardens. There's a bit of moisture going around, given the rainy conditions in West Bengal and in the eastern part of India. But at the moment, it's all clear, and we are all set for 40 overs of uninterrupted action. We'll take a look at the playing 11s as well. Let's start with Gujarat Titans. They have made that change, brought in Alzari Joseph for Lockie Ferguson, and here it is. And Hardik Pandya, Shubman Gill, Riddhiman Saha, Matthew Wade. I think there will be pressure on Shubman Gill and Matthew Wade to perform. Riddhiman Saha has been doing his job pretty perfectly.
Absolutely. Matthew Wade especially because he hasn't done anything in the tournament so far, but he is a big match player. Remember what he did against Pakistan, Shubhayan, in the World T20 semi-final last year in the UAE. So he knows the pressure of the big occasion. And one knock can redeem him in the tournament. Shubman Gill also, he's done well, started the tournament brilliantly. In between, he went off form, but he's back amongst the runs. Saha has been a revelation in the power play. Hardik Pandya, highest scorer for them. David Miller, Rahul Tewatia. For me, that partnership in the lower order is the key. They have been absolutely phenomenal. Won them 3 to 4 matches. Rashid Khan, brilliant with the ball, cameo provider. And then a fantastic bowling unit, little sort of dented by Lockie Ferguson not being there, but let's see whether Alzari Joseph can step into his shoes.
Absolutely. Let's move to Rajasthan Royals' playing 11. They have fielded an unchanged 11 and no surprises given the combined effort of all the players in this tournament so far under Sanju Samson's captaincy. The onus will be on Josh Butler to start firing again. Yashasvi Jaiswal has been absolutely in tremendous form since making his comeback into the 11. Devdutt Padikkal again has been scoring runs, but Shimran Hetmyer, I think Rajasthan Royals can't be happier than to welcome the finisher, the maverick finisher for them.
Absolutely. 3 key batsmen. Butler needs to come back to runs. He's fielded in 4 of the last 5 innings. Sanju Samson needs to win, produce that 70-80 now. Too many 30-40s. And Hetmyer will be a key in the death overs as he's shown in the tournament. Apart from that, for me, the best bowling unit in the tournament. 4 world-class bowlers, all peaking at the right time collectively. Bolt is coming into his own in the power play. We have Chahal, the highest wicket taker. Prasidh Krishna, brilliant with the new ball. Ashwin, restrictive, also producing cameos, doing well with the bat. So Rajasthan Royals also a lot of players in form, which makes this match an absolutely humdinger.
Absolutely humdinger, and we are expecting a great match. And why not the 2 bowling lineups, be it Gujarat Titans or Rajasthan Royals? They have set the stage, light up with the pace and the spin bowling, the astuteness of their captains. So we'll take a look at why their bowling have been so devastating in this tournament. When it comes to Rajasthan Royals, Nikhil, they have done the damage, be it their spinners, be it their pacers. They have done absolutely, they have been spot on with their tactics and how to go about their business.
Absolutely. The highest wicket taker, Chahal, 26 wickets, 90 wickets. Not surprising, they have 4 world-class bowlers. Second highest after Lucknow Super Giants. 24 wickets in the power play. Second highest after the Titans. We'll see more. It just keeps on coming. The economy rate, I think also, if you see, it will come the next slide. If you can see, economy rate of 7.16 in the power play, the lowest. So, absolutely brilliant, the Rajasthan Royals, 4 world-class bowlers. and very, very difficult to sort of deal with on a pitch aiding fast bowlers.
Absolutely, and Gujarat Titans have also made some stunning headlines with their bowling performances, be it Mohammad Shami, Lockie Ferguson, although he's not playing well, has played a part as well. Maximum in the tournament, their power play performance, Nikhil.
Courtesy Mohammad Shami.
Yep.
Courtesy Mohammad Shami, to an extent also Lockie Ferguson, but 25 wickets in the power play, maximum in the tournament. Also, if you see, the economy rate has also been good. In the lowest economy rate of 9.25 in the death. Not good, it's been exceptional. The only team who has an economy rate of less than 10. Also, the economy rate in the power play of 7.6, also very good. So, as we said, two world-class bowling units competing against each other, the two best bowling units, maybe along with RCB, competing against each other.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Rajasthan Royals batting powerhouses. I mean, Josh Butler has taken this tournament by storm. He started on a great note. I don't think I have witnessed such a start by any batter. 3 centuries there, 3 half centuries, but since then his performances have been dipped.
Yeah, I mean, at one point I was doing the number crunching. He had scored more runs after a X number of matches than Virat Kohli had done in 2016.
True.
But now, that record will not be broken. But still, overall, 629 runs, striking at almost 150, Shubhayan, 300s, 350s. Not in form in the last 5 matches, but this is the moment which matters. Josh Butler knows he's done it before for England. So it's a big match for Josh Butler. Samson also needs to now convert those starts into a big score. He hasn't done that so far. Still striking close to 150, which is good for the Royals. But key batsman for me in the lower order is Shimron Hetmyer.
Absolutely.
Almost 300 runs, striking at 163. Death over strike rate is around 260.
Wow.
So Shimron Hetmyer along with Dinesh Karthik, the finisher of the tournament, very, very crucial if Royals wants to put a big score. Also because if you see Royals run rate in the last 4 overs, Shubhayan, whereas Gujarat Titans has been the best courtesy Tewatia and Rashid and Miller, Royals has been the lowest run rate in the death overs.
Okay.
And therefore Hetmyer needs to sort of, provide the flourish. Very important for Hetmyer to provide the flourish.
Absolutely. Whether Hetmyer does the job or not, it remains to be seen. But let's move to Rajasthan Royals' bowling attack as well, because Yuzvendra Chahal, Ravichandran Ashwin, Trent Bolt, they make up for a great lineup. And Yuzi Chahal, I mean, he hasn't done anything wrong. He has silenced his critics. He has made his way back into the Indian team and is looking all set to play the T20 World Cup as well.
Absolutely. Amongst the best leg spinners currently in the world, the transformation started in the UAE leg last year. And he hasn't looked back. Back in India, back for India, absolutely brilliant here. I think he's going to break the all-time record of 32 wickets. That's what I think. He'll break Dwayne Bravo and Harshal Prakesh's record of most wickets in a season, which is 32. 2 matches at least for RR.
6 wickets.
7 wickets to break the record.
Achievable. For
very
the
achievable.
Kind of form Chahal has shown, it's very achievable.
Very achievable.
And Nikhil, I certainly feel that the drop from the Indian team from the 21 T20 World Cup, I think that really boosted Chahal's aspiration to come back and show why he's the best.
Absolutely. He was very disappointed after being sort of, left out of the Indian team, because he was the major reason, along with Kuldeep, India dominated limit overs between 2017 and 2019.
True.
And also then, RCB letting go of him, which was a big shock. One of the great, servants of RCB in the last 3 or 4 years. Every season, even if they didn't well, he picked up 15 to 25 wickets at a brilliant economy rate in the middle overs, but he was let go, which was a little surprising, I thought. So I think Yuzvendra Chahal is back and he's going to make a difference in this match. But there are 3 other world-class bowlers. There's R. Ashwin who's coming.
We'll talk about R. Ashwin now. Let's take a look at R. Ashwin's number, because he has played the perfect second fiddle for Yuzvendra Chahal in this tournament.
Absolutely. See, he hasn't picked many wickets, only 11. But the economy rate is lower than Chahal. It's only 7.14. So he's controlled the middle overs beautifully. Also, he has the confidence of bowling in the power play, which Chahal doesn't do. Ashwin sometimes bowls in the power play. Ashwin today, I think, though, will at least be reserved 1 or 2 overs
for David Miller and
Tewatia. I think 100% that matchup, that strategy will be played out. So don't be surprised if Ashwin is bowling the 17th or the 18th over.
It has been the norm for Rajasthan Royals. They have used Yuzvendra Chahal in past in the death overs, and he has produced some phenomenal numbers for them as well. So we'll talk about the pace department now. Prasidh Krishna has been impressive for Rajasthan Royals, although Trent Bolt has been slightly subdued, but Prasidh Krishna has been absolutely phenomenal. Look at that economy rate in the power play.
Absolutely. 8 wickets in the power play, economy rate of 6.55, and also intimidating the batsman with his accuracy. He's one of those bowlers who can extract, bounce from a good length. On any wicket. Virat Kohli has also praised him, and he will be a big asset in Australia on those sort of wickets. He's a very Australia South Africa type of bowler, not an Indian bowler who likes to pitch the ball full, get movement. So a very interesting prospect for the Royals and for India, Prasidh Krishna. And of course, Trent Bolt not been at his best. We've seen him being brilliant for MI in 2020, but Trent Bolt has done it before for New Zealand in big matches in World Cup. So I think Trent Bolt
and conditions might suit
conditions will suit him, and if he gets 1 or 2 crucial wickets in the power play.
If he gets Riddhiman Sahu, who has been in terrific form, or Shubman Gill, massive wickets.
Massive wickets. Therefore, I think Trent Bolt today, I think he's going to show his class today with the new ball.
Let's see what happens. The match is just a few minutes away. We'll take a quick look at the Gujarat Titans' chasing advantage. They have been the master chasers of this tournament and have produced some absolutely breathtaking matches, complete heists, 6 out of 7 matches chasing Tewatia and Miller at the majority of matches, winning them.
Absolutely, the best record chasing for any team Shubhayan in the tournament, won 6 out of 7. Therefore, I'm saying, Hardik Pandya has won a very good toss.
True.
Run rate of 11.6 between overs 16 to 20. That is phenomenal. And you have to credit 3 players for it. Tewatia, Miller, Rashid Khan. Also, they've chased down more than 50 4 times, 3 times in the tournament in the last 4 overs. That is phenomenal. So, Tewatia, Miller, as we were saying, 251 partnership runs, average 50, strike rate 172. A very, very all left-handed, dangerous lower order pair. Till they are there, as I said, anything is possible. So 4 overs, if they require 50, 60, they are chasing, don't count them out.
But they will have a certain Ravichandran Ashwin plotting some moves against him. But credit to Riddhiman Saha as well, the kind of comeback he has made since all the controversy in the recent months. I think he has been absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely. I was surprised. He's the 3rd highest run getter since he started this batting in this tournament. Riddhiman Saha also striking at 140 in the power plays, taking the pressure off Shubman Gill, which is very important. Hardik, we've already discussed, higher scorer for them, anchor at 4, also providing the finish in one of the matches against the Royals. Gill, very crucial, 3 out of his 4 50s have been in wins. He's playing the role of the aggressor at the top of the order. So, a lot of things working for Gujarat. And we've said so many times, 8 different player of the match awards. That is a telling statistic, Shubhayan. Collectively gelling as a team.
Absolutely. And Hardik Pandya and Ashish Nehra, we have to give credit to Ashish Nehra as well. I don't think anyone gave this duo a chance before the tournament. And everyone was thinking, is this a joke of a pair? Why would you pair up Hardik Pandya, flamboyant character, and Ashish Nehra, who in past we have seen how he was at the Royal Challengers Bangalore, very laid back character, doesn't believe in technology much. So very, very off-field choices for Gujarat Titans, but spot-on choices.
Absolutely. Sometimes numbers, analysis, sophisticated crunching, they work for certain teams, they don't work for certain characters. Gujarat is going against the norm. No one across the cricketing fraternity predicted they'll make it. Forget topping the table. No one said they'll make it in the top half. And Gujarat Titans, after a poor strategy, poor auction, they had a poor auction. Their players have overachieved, and how?
Absolutely, but behind that overachievement, the bowlers have played a major role, and 2 bowlers particularly in Mohammad Shami and Rashid Khan, they have been absolutely phenomenal for Gujarat Titans. We'll take a look at some of the numbers there, and you can see the most wickets in power play for Mohammad Shami, 11 wickets, and that too at an economy rate of 7.7, at collective wicket of 18. He has just revived his career.
Absolutely. Best new ball bowler for me in this tournament, most wickets in the power play, 11. Also, as we were discussing in the Hindi show, his bowling strike rate since 2019 is better than Bumrah's, and that tells us a story.
And Bumrah takes all the hype, and Shami gets nothing.
Because Bumrah has played for MI, who won the title, and Shami hasn't done that yet.
True. And he has that golden opportunity to guide Gujarat Titans to their first ever title in their first ever season in IPL. Let's see what happens today. But along with Shami, Rashid Khan, we need to talk about Rashid Khan as well, the kind of impact he makes with the ball, and this time around with the bat as well.
Absolutely. the tournament started, he wasn't picking as many wickets as other leg spinners. There was a big margin between him and Chahal and Kuldeep. Now look at him, he's right up there. 18 wickets, economy rate again under 7, which is not a surprise. You close your eyes, see his figures in the tournament, economy rate will never be above 7 runs per over. Absolutely brilliant in the middle overs. Also those cameos, great fielder. His bowling average is the best for a spinner in IPL history. You know, one of the all-time greats of limited overs cricket.
Absolutely. By the time he retires, he might end up with more than 1,000 T20 wickets.
Absolutely. I think he will. I mean, he's an absolute
He already
legend.
has 400 plus, right?
He's an absolute legend, and given where he's come from, all the turmoil and turbulence in Afghanistan, it is a great story.
Terrific story. And we'll quickly move to the key battles as well. But before we go to the key battles, let's take a look at what happened in the toss. And Gujarat Titans won the toss and have opted to bowl first, and that is a good toss to win given the conditions, the chasing element of Gujarat Titans. They have won 6 out of 7 matches while chasing, and they are playing. They have made a change into the playing 11. They have brought in. They have dropped Lockie Ferguson and have brought in Alzari Joseph, the West Indian pacer, who also has the best ever bowling figure in IPL history. So Alzari Joseph walks into the playing 11, and Rajasthan Royals are unchanged for this much awaited qualifier. We are 9 minutes away from the match, Nikhil, and this is the playing 11 for Gujarat Titans for this match, the much important qualifier one. Although it's not a knockout, the losing team will get a chance to play in the eliminator, in the qualifier two, in the qualifier 2 against the winner of eliminator. So let's see whether it's Gujarat Titans or Rajasthan Royals. We'll take a quick look at the Rajasthan Royals 11 as well. They have fielded an unchanged 11, and no surprises there because of the combination they have found after bringing in Obed McCoy. So this is a very well led side by Sanju Samson. Now let's quickly move to the key battles, Nikhil. I mean, so many players there, but the most enticing battle of all of them would be between Josh Butler and Rashid Khan.
Yeah, the numbers here, Shubhai, and the head-to-head numbers were quite fascinating. It's been dominated by the Afghanistan leg break bowler. See, 4 dismissals in 7 innings, absolutely choked Josh Butler. And this, these numbers wouldn't be lost on the captain of, on Hardik Pandya. So, and it is a gamble worth taking. Rashid doesn't like to bowl in the power play. We know that he likes to control the middle overs. But this is a gamble worth taking because Josh Butler can really get stuck into the faster bowlers on a good batting wicket with the ball coming onto the bat. I think this is going to be fascinating if Hardik Pandya introduces Rashid in the power play.
Absolutely, I think he must. Not many bowlers have such numbers against Josh Butler, the man of the tournament IPL 2022 so far. The kind of form he had in the first half of IPL: 3 centuries, 3 half centuries, 600 plus runs, orange cap winners. It's a never-ending list for Josh Butler. Let's move to the second head-to-head battle as well, and it's a very good one. We talked about the left-handers against Ashwin, particularly David Miller and Rahul Tewatia, but Ashwin would be itching to go hard against David Miller given the kind of record he has had.
Absolutely, 67 balls, 3 wickets, not conceded many runs, and Ashwin's record against left-handers across formats, Shubhayan, is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And this is not a surprise. David Miller is not a great player of spin, although this tournament he's done very well. But this could be a very interesting battle. I think Ashwin will be held back by Sanju Samson. And I think if he bowls in the 15th, 16th, maybe 17th over, we'll see Ashwin bowling in the death overs. Just so he can counter David Miller, because David Miller and Rahul Tewatia, we all know what they have done for Gujarat Titans this season.
Absolutely, and the battle, I think, which might determine the outcome of the game, given that Gujarat Titans are chasing now, will be Trent Bolt versus Shubman Gill. I mean, we are raving about Trent Bolt, the kind of impact he can make in such conditions. I think it's going to be a mouth-watering contest.
Mouth-watering. Trent Bolt, we've predicted that because the conditions are favouring fast bowlers today in Calcutta, tinge of green, also swing on offer, overcast conditions, he may get the ball back. Shubman Gill may face a bigger problem. Yep. So with the high backlift also, Shubman Gill may have a little problem against Trent Bolt. Overall, the numbers, he's been circumspect against Trent Bolt.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting. Both the players, Shubman Gill is in better form than Trent Bolt, but Bolt might just be peaking at the right time.
Absolutely. Let's see whether Trent Bolt finds his mojo back or not in this much important game. But the next and the final key battle of the day is between Mohammad Shami and Sanju Samson. Sanju Samson, he would have that extra motivation to silence his critics again after being dropped from the Indian team again.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is surprising because after Rohit Sharma said Sanju Samson is
True.
one of the, more
Australia, given the
Australia,
conditions
yeah.
in Australia.
Yeah, he'll be one of the better batsmen there, one of the most, one of the better match winners there. But anyway, so that was Mohammad Shami versus Sanju Samson. It's very interesting that Sanju Samson has dominated this battle, Shubhayan. Look at 26 balls, 46 runs, striking almost 180, only one dismissal. I think Sanju Samson has gone after Mohammad Shami and nothing will change today. Sanju Samson needs to convert 30s or 40s into a big score. He hasn't done that even once in the tournament. So Sanju Samson, it's a big match. He's underperformed this season, but nothing more to redeem themselves than in a playoff match.
Absolutely. I was going through social media after the team was announced for the South Africa series, and many were surprised by the fact that Sanju Samson, as you said, after being backed by Rohit Sharma, was dropped from the 11. And many said that he hasn't done anything wrong. He's been playing that impact knock, playing second fiddle to Josh Butler, striking at close to 150. What wrong can he do?
It is surprising because Sanju Samson, he's very, very talented. Yes, he always underperforms because the comparison always means that he's so talented. So it's a bit unfair. Yes, he could have, he hasn't got those 70 plus scores which he got last year. So maybe that is a disappointment because, and maybe Josh Butler has overshadowed him. But I'm also a little surprised that he has it. Also because Dinesh Karthik has done well, and India cannot take, that must be the thinking. They cannot take more than 2 wicket-keeper batsmen. So that's also a factor.
Absolutely. And let's quickly move to the X-Factor players from these two teams. GT versus RR Qualifier 1. We'll have a look at the X-Factor players as well. And we talked about Josh Butler. I think it is the best time for him to return to form and start scoring perhaps in centuries.
Absolutely. And Josh Butler, see, if he has a method of scoring in runs, his power play strike rate is not very high, but his middle over strike rate is absolutely phenomenal. His middle over strike rate is, I think, 150 plus in the tournament. So he builds his innings well. And then 158 in the middle overs. And then he ends at a flourish, 180 plus. So Josh Butler, very, very crucial. He needs to strike after failing in 4 of the 5 matches. If he does well, invariably RR will get a big score. Batting first, they'll put pressure on the Gujarat Titans.
Absolutely. And for Rajasthan Royals, Josh Butler, if he gives a good start to this team, then half of the job is done. Because when he gives a start, when he's stuck in there, he knows how to make it big, how to make it count. And we saw that in the 3 centuries he has scored so far in this IPL. Whether he will make it to 4 or not, let's see. But from Rajasthan Royals, it was Josh Butler. But from Gujarat Titans, it has to be Captain Pandya or someone else. I'm
going with Captain Pandya in this match because it's a big match and Hardik Pandya has big match experience.
True.
Remember what he did for Mumbai Indians in 2019
Team India
and 20. Team India as well. He has the pressure of playing and excelling in the knockout matches. He has that experience.
True.
And we have already discussed his numbers. Played the role of the anchor. Also, was in brilliant form against the Royals in the group encounter. One of the highest strike rates in the death overs. There it comes, 187 in all of IPL. Wow. So, Hardik Pandya, one of the most destructive batsmen in IPL history, playing a different role this season. Yeah. We might just see the best of Hardik today.
Absolutely, but Nikhil, in the next graphics you have given an advantage to Rajasthan Royals. Why that? Gujarat Titans fans will be very disappointed with your prediction. Why are you backing? Why have you given that advantage to Rajasthan Royals?
It was completely unbiased. I took into account the batting and bowling averages, big match pressure of individual players, how they've performed. One stat was Rajasthan, amongst the 4 teams who've played in the tournament, Shubhayan, the Royals have a 3-2 record. GT has a better record, 4-1. So I took into consideration all those numbers, but Royals, marginally tipped Gujarat Titans for me. It was 58-42 to the Royals. Just marginally, only because of their superior bowling unit. That those 4 bowlers on a helpful Kolkata track, Eden Gardens track, tipped the favor for the Royals. Also, this stat plays has some weightage.
Yep.
Table toppers have won 4 of the 14 previous editions. Table toppers this year were Gujarat Titans. But the team which finished second in the league, which is Rajasthan Royals, have won 7 of the previous editions. Wow. So this is interesting.
Are the stars aligning for Rajasthan Royals? Will they win the IPL again after lifting the first ever IPL trophy in 2008? And Nikhil, I think if it happens, if Rajasthan Royals win it, it will be a fairy tale story given the backdrop of Shane Warne's untimely death.
Absolutely, it will be a tribute to Shane Warne. They are playing a very emotional IPL this season. And it will be a great story. Rajasthan Royals team has always, they don't have many superstars unlike other teams, but they've always sort of, they've played a very attractive brand of
Yep.
cricket, and that they've been very understated, and therefore
True.
they are a very liked team. It's going to be a fascinating story. 2008 and then 2022, doing it for Shane Warne, who was the hero in the inaugural edition.
Absolutely, the live from the Eden Gardens is that it has been a show, 5-minute show of fireworks there before the match starts. Yashasvi Jaiswal is to take the strike. Josh Butler is at the other end. Pace to start, we still don't know. Okay, Mohammad Shami has opened the over and started with a dot ball. So the fantastic, the much awaited match is live now. Nikhil, before we quickly wrap up, your prediction for this match, although you have by number statistic, you have backed Rajasthan Royals, but what are your instincts saying?
No, my instincts are also saying Royals. I'm going to just but Royals.
Just but Royals. Let us know whether you agree with Nikhil or not. Nikhil, man of the match for this match. Quick prediction.
Man of the match for this match. Wow. Trent Bolt.
Trent Bolt, that's a big call. He's backing Rajasthan Royals to win. Let us know which team you are backing, Gujarat Titans or Rajasthan Royals. Whether you agree with Nikhil's take of Trent Bolt winning the man of the match or not. Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to News9 Sports. That is where we are putting all our English video content. Be it IPL is going to be over. We have an exciting lineup of videos till the final there, and after that the India versus South Africa series will start. We'll cover that as well, and of course the other sports, be it Nikhat Zareen's interview, the boxing champion, or Neeraj Chopra's press conference. He's also set to start his season again after winning that historic gold medal in the Olympics, Tokyo Olympics. So we have an exciting lineup of videos. Don't forget to subscribe to News9 Sports. Nikhil has given his prediction. He's backing Rajasthan Royals. You also let us know, and enjoy a good match. Thank you for watching.